Today we have an event, and yeah, I wanted to bring you guys along. Sorry if I'm being quiet. I'm at my hostel and it's very early. It's definitely too early for me. I'm going over to a friend's place to get ready because she is the only one with the divine knowledge of how to wear the sari. So yeah, wish us luck. Hello, we're on our way. My god, this is the world field and we're about new classes. Sari process going on. Adrija, the fairy sari godmother.
I'm literally wearing white.
See, matches. And we are struggling. She's not struggling. I'm simply turning around like a.
This is your left side, right?
Huh.
Good. We are on the right track.
Listen, you're asking me directions. I have a college degree, but I still have to actually write with my dominant hand to understand what is right and what is left.
Wait, mentally I am like, which hand do I write with? So it takes me.
I know I am right-handed.
It takes me like 0.5 seconds to actually
Understand?
to tell the code.
And I was in NCC,
Okay.
so I've gotten better at the left-right thing.
Oh right. Oh wait, you should be knowing better.
Yeah, I was even worse earlier. So yeah, that's how it's going.
I feel like as literature students we tend to get a little bit too lost in contemplation, and then we feel like we have lost a best friend after we finished a really good book. So
leave him distressed, and that ultimately lead to his death. Also, another story of Manto talks about childhood friendships. Imagine your childhood friend telling you that I might kill you someday if religion ever comes into question. That is presented in his story Sahai. In Sahai, which is a semi-autobiographical story of Manto, Manto talks about his friend who had once commented, if Hindu-Muslim killings start here, then I might kill you someday. Imagine the horrific effect it had on Manto that led him to shift to Lahore. Similarly, Bapsi Sidhwa's Cracking India shows how an individual's trauma and anguish snowballs with time.
Now, here the common ground of these four stories are that the portrayal of women. As per the four folk tales mentioned above, the characters of female protagonists are portrayed as deceitful and clever. Adultery, infidelity, and domestic abuse are other aspects that these folk tales have touched. Women have been stereotyped, that is, portraying the stepmother as an evil character, puts an emphasis on the age-old thinking that stepmothers are evil characters all the time. The wife of the king and the wife of Binur are depicted as unfaithful adulteresses. But on the other hand, we see the love and devotion of a mother who feeds her children when she is in good health, and she continues to look after them even after she is transformed into a goat, and as if she knew that her kids will always need her, she looks after them even after she is dead.
So the claims like Dalit autobiographies are not even autobiographies. Mainstream writers cannot display the miseries, pains and sufferings of untouchables. Dalit autobiographies are not delightful. Instead, these are propagandist in nature. Such claims have popularly been made over the years. So considering all those statements, so before I begin, I would like to summarize both the texts. Deliverance is a short story of a Dukhi. Premchand calls him a Chamar, who goes to Pandit Ghasiram to ask him to come to his place and fetch a date for his daughter's marriage. And instead of coming to him, Pandit Ghasiram orders Dukhi to cut the piece of wood. And doing that stuff, Dukhi passes away because of tireless hard work. So this and Jutan, on the other hand, Jutan is the autobiography of Om Prakash Valmiki, which accounts all the sufferings and incidents, pains, miseries of the writer.
When it comes to the question of grief and dealing with its consequences, we cannot make any generalizations as everyone has their own personal way of grieving as well as their personal timeline for it. Even in one short story, we can see that every character mentioned grieves for their loved ones differently. However, in the case of Ashima and Shaila, we can clearly see that the both of them choose to move forward with their loved ones that passed away. It would be disrespectful of me to say that both these characters simply moved on. Instead, we could make a case for the both of them simply surviving better than they ever thought they could. Ashima has long been living with a sense of unease in the USA despite living there for decades. Her decision to move back to Kolkata at the end of the novel is a unique way of standing up for herself and existing beyond the expectations that her traditional gender role offers her. And when it comes to the questions of the choices made by Gauri and Jasmine, we can argue that the both of them simply did what was necessary, stepped on others, used them thoroughly, the way they themselves have been, to move forward in their life. They did it at the cost of others, but they ensured a good life for themselves. There is no general consensus on the actions of Indian women who are a part of the diasporic experience. One can spend decades abroad and still not feel at home like Ashima, or one may assimilate as easily as Gauri did. The only thing that can be determined from these examples is that home means something different to different people. Any place can be home if you wish for it to be. Thank you so much.
The aim of my paper is to trace how the female consciousness was responding to the post-colonial situation and how that consciousness vastly differs from how the male consciousness was differing from it. I also trace how these women poets, in producing poetry in a foreign tongue, that is in English, and while also borrowing myriad of Western poetic traditions, they were fusing various indigenous palettes, indigenous essences into their work, such that their work can be exclusively classified under the broader title of Indian literature in English or Indian writing in English, both in terms of form as well as content. Most conflicting point which can be raised is how the use of English is sort of conflicting with a genre of literature that we are terming as post-independence or post-colonial. Because over here, the women poets are using English, the medium of their colonial masters, to convey to produce the literature. But at this point, I would love to refer to this book called Post-Coloniality and Indian English Poetry, where the author mentions how the crux of post-colonial writers' thought lies in the broader aim of declaring independence from the colonizers and asserting a kind of proficiency over their master's language, and in turn modifying it and ridding it of all colonial implications.
Hi. बाकी दोनों boys. Hello vlog.
Pretty ladies एकदम dressed up.
So I'm
like queens in a sari.
I look like straight out of Kerala. इतना compliment ना करो स्वयं सुधा. Propose कर देंगे. शिवांश पानी पी रहा है. Anyway, so
पानी संभाल रहा है वो.
we had lots and lots of fun. We had so much fun. Oh no.
The bottle broke.
He broke my bottle. The drama. We had the colloquium, but now we're having a photo session. We already had the photo session. We'll show you the photos. Now we're trying to contact our Toto Bhaiya is not picking up the phone. It says his phone is switched off. So we live for the drama. Yeah. Okay, see you guys. Bye. Definitely not a recreation. It's 100% true.
Do I not look it? I'm a Bengali.
Okay, so
Swapnil is my favorite. ठीक है? Swapnil does not. This is going in the vlog. Okay, so Swapnil does not smoke joint, but he will. He said.
my god. Anyway, so we have ditched plans to go back to Lanka because fuck that. We're going to Gadowlia to get saris which I don't have the budget to pay for. I am not kidding. I have maybe $10 left in my Google Pay account. But I do have $100 in my purse, so I'm rich still.
1500 के अंदर हो जाएगा ना?
हाँ. So this is Sahil. Say hi, Sahil.
Hi. Whoever it is, मुझे नहीं पता. Where is this going?
Vlog.
This is going on YouTube. Oh my god.
Okay, this is going to YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hi YouTube.
Hi YouTube. Hello. So we are going to Gadowlia. so that we can get saris for whoever
Okay,
wants
tell me
them.
one thing. Is there non-veg food in Gadowlia?
I hope so.
Okay, cool.
So Adrija, review of today.
Review of today, I had a good time. I never thought I would be so outgoing when I would be presenting papers and then hanging out with people from different parts of India in the same breath. So I'm very glad about it. I'm so glad I met Iloda because it's actually through Iloda that I got to know.
You're gonna make me cry. Traveling back to her hostel where I'm gonna crash in her bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Before proceeding to go home. Because we have a headache.
We just don't have it in us anymore.
They've lost the will to continue going. Anyway, we're going back to Lanka now via rickshaw. So let's see how long that
looking
takes.
beautiful.
We always look good. That's just a fact of life.
Yeah.
Okay, see you.